Video is just going to give you a quick look at the Advanced Literature Search Guide. This is a package of resources that's been put together for students doing research and dissertation modules, and it takes you through the whole process of doing an advanced literature search. So on the first page, you will see a presentation that I usually go along and give when I talk to groups of students about how to do a literature search. So that is the presentation that I would use. On the first page, we've got links to dissertations which contain example literature searches. Now, these are really useful to look at. You usually find one for your subject area here. The nursing ones are usually good examples, and you can see exactly how somebody has approached their literature search and how they've made their final selection of articles. So it's always a useful starting point. And then basically the tabs just take you through the steps. So a little bit about how you might do background searching, how you might formulate a research question, a little bit about doing a pre-search. Here's quite a useful thing. When you get on to thinking about your search terms, we have a little homegrown thesaurus here that might help you develop search strings. This is being built up all the time, and you might find a search string for your particular word or phrase that you're looking for. So for example, if you were looking for something about the brain, there's a search string there. Now, not all of those words or phrases are necessarily going to be pertinent to your actual question, but some of them may be useful. So just pick and use the ones that are going to apply. Going through the next steps, step 4, this is a key step, because this is where you have the nitty-gritty of how to do a search, and we have some search examples here from all the main databases, starting with CINAHL. That's usually the easiest one to search. Then we'll have an example of a ProQuest database, and then there'll be others that you might use, for example PubMed, ScienceDirect, Medline, etc. As we go further through the process, we've got information about how to refine your search, your initial search, using database limiters and filters. And then once you get your final selection, there's some tips here about how to actually select the articles that you're going to critique, if that's what you're required to do. The next step is all about how you document your search, how you present your results. So we've got examples here. This, for example, will link you to an example of how to show your results in the form of a table. So for example, here you might be using concept strings, or you may be using a more transparent approach where you're searching for individual words and phrases. Finally, finding full text can be quite tricky. So here are some tips for how you're going to get to read the full article. So tips like using the DOI link, searching for article titles in Summon or Google, or if all else fails, how to access the request form. So basically, you've got everything you need in this package. It's regularly updated, and basically you've got every bit of information in there that you should need for this process.